in Seattle, Washington. It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. Set to kick off.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
31 yards there and a first down.
31 yards.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
dive.
A dive, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there.
Brings up second and
they've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
He's tackled.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
6. And a Cardinal first down.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
That's complete left side to Shepard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Darius Phillips on the loose.
Bring in the second string.
He will take this all the way.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So that one will be accepted.
Randy Bullock set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Stepping. Now the ball comes loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Complete.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
27 on the
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
The handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. These two teams all tied after 1.
Score tied 7-7.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him 80 away from 1,000. He's now at 920, and 920, that ties him with Torrey Holt.
That's a great name to remember, but the number 920 almost boggles the mind, doesn't it? You're talking about 80 catches away from 1,000. What a phenomenal achievement. If he gets there, they have no reason to believe he won't.
2nd and 4.
From just shy of midfield, Klescott. And Jones has it over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Cardinals.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw now on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. It's caught, Shepard. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
First and goal, Arizona.
Back to throw again. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Sterling Shepard as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns. And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until defense makes any kind of an adjustment. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over first and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
6-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. Prescott from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Prescott's pass intended for Dallas Goedert.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass, Eifert on the receiving end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Gain on the play.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First down, Cardinals.
And this is Shepard on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
At the 5-yard line.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Brought down at the 2-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they can.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. It's their quarterback with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Complete.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
48-yard line.
His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
Prescott's pass intended for Deontay Johnson.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. First down, Prescott. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The football going back over to Arizona now. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They started on the ground with Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Tackle made.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too. And
I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. The give is to Jones. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Dallas.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Prescott yet again. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the 1st, but instead it's 3rd down.
Bates on the coverage.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Prescott. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, Eckler. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 7. A little under 40 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 on the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it